Hello there, Konbawa. Good afternoon to you all. Now I came for or with my review for Fairy Tale chapter 328 called The Zodiac. The chapter starts with a very pretty color page with Lucy on this center and all the celestial spirits around her. Then we start the chapter properly, and this is when they are still, like in the last chapter, Lucy is still trying to close the gate of Eclipse. And he is not she is not able to close the gates, and when all appear to be lost, Yukino appeared accompanied with Mirror Chain, and is Yukino that says to Lucy for her to combine her zodiac keys with hers, and because that's the only way for the gate of Eclipse be closed through celestial spirit magic. Then when the two sets of keys meet each other, they form I think a ball of light, and both Lucy and Yukino kinda perform a ritual kinda similar to the one in some way that Lucy does when she is using Uranometria. Then all the spirits pop up and they charge at the gate, and are able to forcibly close the gate. So, like I have said on my last week video, the gate was closed in this chapter. Well, all are happy, even Arcadius it's not unhappy, but he's saying that it's too early to celebrate because several dragons have already crossed to this world. Then Rogue appears and he says to Lucy and Yukino that they again stick their noses where they do not belong. And he goes on saying that 7 dragons will be enough, because controlling 10,000 will be pretty hard for him. Then the princess refers that he is the guy that told her about the future, and Arcadius says that angry that or asks the princess angry if this is the guy that deceived her. Lucy reckons that his goal since the start was to open the gate, and then Rogue again start talking, calling all fools, and says that from this moment onward the human species shall become extinct. Now begins the era of the dragons. And all are surprised, and then he sends or orders the 7 dragons that come across, sends them to eliminate all the mages in the town. And he says that this art is the secret art of dominating dragons called dragon manipulation magic. Then we saw familiar character appearing, the dragon that spoke with Gargil and I think that other members of Fairy Tail, if I recall correctly, called Zilconis, that was in spirit. So Zilconis, or my speculation about the dragon graveyard under Crocus, is most likely the dragon's graveyard of these 7 dragons, apparently, that came out from the Eclipse Gate. This kind of implies that Rogue was not able to achieve his goals. But I later on will speak a little about Rogue, because from this chapter on I have a weird theory about what is Rogue and what will become of Rogue. Then the chapter again advances. There's a dragon of fire is attacking all, in this case Fairy Tail, that is in the gardens of the palace, and tells that his name is Atlas Flame, and that basically he will burn them all to the ground. He starts attacking the members of Fairy Tail. There, Sabretooth also is fighting another dragon. Blue Pegasus, I think that is also fighting another one. And the battle starts on. Lemmy Scale also is fighting one. At the same time, the town is being destroyed bit by bit during the fight, and then from out of nowhere, Natsu appears on the top of a tower near the Eclipse Gate entrance, and he apparently will be fighting next chapter, and that's the end of the chapter. So this is quite interesting chapter, and like I say, I was expecting that the gate of Eclipse will be closed in this chapter. However, like I also have said on my preview video, this will be a arc in some way against the dragons. But now to my theory or idea about what Rogue is. Since Tenojima, we know that, or there was explained to us that Acnologia the birth of Acnologia is due to a mage that killed a lot of dragons and absorbed their powers, and he also killed dragons, so he became like a god or something like that of the dragon race, even if he started as human. So my weird theory about Rogue is that Rogue will, or at the end of this arc, Rogue will become Acnologia. I know this does not make any sense, because by the time frame Acnologia already exists for thousands of years, and if Rogue now becomes Acnologia, that does not make sense, I know. But what if after they vanquish the dragons and vanquish Rogue? I do wonder if they, since they will not be able to imprison in this time or with this power, or if Rogue indeed becomes Acnologia, he becomes too much powerful, what if they again at the end of this arc use one last time the Eclipse Gate and send Rogue, now transformed in Acnologia, to the way past? And that kinda explains why today Acnologia still exists. that's just my personal theory about Rogue. In any case, this chapter was very interesting. It's like I say, now the arc against the dragons finally is starting. We don't need all 10,000 dragons to fight, obviously. I guess from what I have saw in this chapter, 7 dragons are enough, and most likely there will be, or in the least I hope, that Hiromashima don't pull the trick that, no characters died. No, I hope that honestly, in this arc, against dragons that are quite powerful, some characters indeed die, because if not, meh, you know. So I'm hoping that some characters did die in this arc, because they are fighting dragons. Humans cannot win against dragons. Well, maybe dragon slayers, but not regular humans, not normal mages. Or even if they win, they should be incapacitated, there should be death along the way, and something like that. So I'm hoping that Hiromashima indeed make this happen in this arc. I know this all manga is about friendship, love, and so on, but to the gravity of the story and to the well-being of the plot, I just hope that Hiromashima in this arc indeed kills some characters off, not because he needs to kill, but because it makes sense that characters did die fighting dragons. Well, but that's my opinion. I greatly enjoyed this chapter, so can I'm forward for next week's chapter, and I have great hopes for Fairy Tail since after this week chapter. Well, that's all for my review about Fairy Tail 328 called the Zodiac. Hope you enjoy, stay well, peace. You already know. If you have any idea, thoughts, put your comments below. That's it. See you in a few days. Peace